Hello everyone and welcome to Highland Park High School Boys Basketball live from the Highland Park High School Gymnasium where the number 15 Niles North Vikings are taking on the Highland Park Giants. I'm Matt Sosler alongside Stephen Noble. Both teams are a perfect 3-0 in CSL North play. Stephen, what can we expect from a key CSL North matchup like this one?
Well, first off, Matt, it is a pleasure and honor of mine to be here announcing alongside you, a guest announcer here tonight coming all the way from Ithaca. What can we expect here tonight? Well, first off, the Giants have two tall guys, something that we don't typically see from Highland Park, especially being one of the shorter teams within their division. We have both Isaac Griswold and Val Oponchensky, who have been playing phenomenal throughout this season. Val even making a three-pointer against Deerfield last game. Going back to Deerfield, this is a great segue, is Highland Park had a huge struggle when it came to free throws. Highland Park probably should have won that game by 10 points for as much as Deerfield was fouling them, but they just couldn't get their free throws in, causing them to go into overtime and making it about a one-point game for the majority of overtime and the fourth quarter. So hopefully Highland Park has adjusted that issue and can make sure they get those easy points here tonight.
Yeah, totally. I've noticed from the Giants so far this season that, again, in history, they have been a very, very short team. They run the swing defense, which is a key defense when you're not a bigger team, which I'm definitely expecting tonight. Both teams are similar height tonight, which is different than what we've seen. You know, they come off playing a Deerfield team no less than 3 weeks ago. Deerfield is famed for being higher than 6'4" in every single position. And so this should be a very even matchup, very even height, and I expect the Giants to crash the middle, take it from the outside in, and they should have a very good game. However, we cannot forget there is a very key player in this matchup in Aquan Smart. The Giants need to take care of him. If they can hold Smart to under 25 points in this game, I wouldn't be surprised if we see an upset.
Well, going off of Aquan Smart, you mentioned he is Niles North best, one of, if not the best player, and he will be the Giants' main challenge here tonight. His shot percentage is 47%, and his free throw percentage is 51.7%. So hopefully the Giants can stop him and shut him down, as you said, keep him under 25.
Yeah, not only that, but he has been looked at. He recently decommitted from Eastern Tennessee State, and he's now being looked at by the likes of DePaul and Indiana, two basketball powerhouses, and we're underway in Highland Park. Fagan Holtz, the point guard, he ran this offense last year exceptionally and definitely in an elevated role this year. Right now, Fleischer, he was all-tournament team at the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic, hoping to continue that strong performance now. Rudman from the elbow, it will go. Great start by the Highland Park Giants, and now you have the point guard, Aquan Smart. You see the Giants not really doubling him, they're not really focused, but right now you see Val and Fagan Holtz controlling that arc right now. Niles North working the perimeter early, something that hasn't been very common as of late.
You know, the key for the Giants here tonight is going to be making sure they get in the paint and getting those easy baskets, those easy layups, because that is really the key for the Giants to get that early lead quickly in the game.
Yeah, exactly. And right there, number 21, Jalen Butler of Niles North. He's been struggling shooting lately, and you see he missed twice on that possession. That's something definitely for the Giants to look out for, especially late in the game if it becomes a free throw battle. Smart gets stolen by Fagan Holtz. Fagan Holtz on the drive. He'll go up, around, and in.
And again, it's those easy turnovers. The Giants have to take every possession and really do something with it to make sure they're ahead in this game.
Yeah, points off turnovers, definitely something the Giants are looking for here in this game as Butler will circle around. You see Lennox Monroe, he's one of the key rebounders for Niles North. Olaf down, and he stepped out of bounds. The Giants will take over. Joseph Olaf, the sophomore, he's been in the papers lately. He had a very strong holiday tournament down in Wheeling. Niles North also having a pretty tough schedule this week. They're coming off of a slim defeat to top-ranked Evanston. So definitely curious to see how they're going to respond to that tough loss to such a great Evanston team.
Now, Matt, as we briefly mentioned earlier, you haven't been at Highland Park this past semester, this year, as you've been in college at Ithaca. Can you tell me, what has it been like watching the Giants from the sidelines through our HPTV live streams?
Well, it's definitely watching it through a different lens. First off, you guys do a very good job But second off, it's different because you get to see it from a whole different angle. You get to see all the players, and you can really focus on the basketball and on the strategy, which they have continued to play the Giant way so far this season. As Rudman misfires twice there, Val Opolczynski bails him out, and it looks like a very long possession, something you typically don't see from the Giants. There is no shot clock in high school ball as Fleischer drives and off the mark, and he gets it back. This is the fourth chance. Rudman off the mark. And the magical end for the Giants as Niles North corrals the board off of a fifth chance opportunity.
And something that I love you mentioned there is there's no shot clock in high school basketball. We've come back to this time and time again throughout the season, and it's so important to mention because it adds a whole new level of strategy and game in high school.
Aquan Smart just short there. Olif will go outside to Butler, around to Smart. Smart trying to make it work, goes down to Ekababoye, and it will go.
Now, as we look at the height matchup that we mentioned a little bit earlier, Niles North and the Giants, they're both pretty even, Giants being just a little bit shorter.
Yeah, and that's, as I mentioned earlier, that's something you very rarely see in a matchup with the Giants. Val for three. Oh, off by a millimeter. And now you mentioned you saw that a couple times in December against Deerfield. I've seen Val play for 3 years now, 2.5 if you consider the torn ACL. I've never seen him do that. That is a rarity.
Yeah, Val has been shooting some more threes this season. He's been very aggressive both in and outside the paint.
And that's good because it turns him into a stretch five, which is something you very rarely see and which is a very fortunate thing for the Giants because it spreads the defense apart here. And now you got Lennox Monroe. The Giants would like to keep him outside and away from the basket. I mentioned earlier he's one of the top rebounders. Olaf from the corner. It will go.
I find personally from my own basketball playing experience, those corner shots are always the hardest. You don't have the backboard to rely on, and you really just got to drain it in.
Yeah, it takes a true shooter's touch right there. Also depth perception. You're shooting, especially from that end, you're shooting right into the bleachers. You got spare space. As Fagenholtz will go up and continue the layup parade for the Giants. Olaf had trouble corralling, but able to get it to Aquan Smart. Monroe driving out to Smart. College lane three off the heel of the rim. Fleischer able to corral the loose ball. Fagenholtz from the corner off the rim.
Now we've seen the Giants here tonight miss multiple threes, which is interesting because the Giants have typically been a pretty good three-point team.
Yeah, you see that, and they haven't made a three tonight yet. As Fagenholtz gets pressured, that's where he struggled a little bit last year. When he gets pressured, he tends to give the ball up and make costly turnovers. As Butler misses yet again. And Coach Harris will take a timely timeout. That's something that the Giants will need to look for, as I mentioned earlier. And I know I sound like a broken record, but in crunch time, you know, Jalen Butler has not had the hot hand. He has not had the hot hand as of late. And it seems like that streak is continuing tonight. That's something to look for as time goes on.
Well, and I think something here, if the Giants really want to extend their lead more than 1 point, they have to stop focusing on the three-pointers. As good as a three-point team that they are, they have been shooting way too many and not getting it to those big guys. They really have to utilize Val and Griswold in the paint.
I completely agree with you. That and also the dribble drive from the likes of Fleischer, Fagenholtz, and even Rudman from the elbow shots. They've had so much success from the layup position and from the elbow position that I don't understand why you just keep doing what works.
And it's not like Niles North. They've been playing more aggressive than the Giants, or they're bigger than the Giants that they can't get to the paint.
Yeah, especially because I know we've mentioned this 4 or 5 times already, but the height difference is not that great. Fagenholtz will be pressured by Monroe. Something that, again, you expect Niles North to go on all day on Fagenholtz, the pressure near half court. Fagenholtz able to dish out to Ari Cooper, the senior. Cooper down low to Opolczynski, who will go back out to Cooper. Cooper looking for help, finds number 12, Ben Schamberg. Schamberg up for three. Three parade has not started yet for the Giants.
Now, I know it's early in the game, but I want to give a quick shout out to all of our cameramen working this game here tonight. We have Roberto and Neil up in the stands. Neil will come down for a quarter later, and we have Ethan to the left of me, who's also doing a phenomenal job on the camera, bringing you the visuals to the game here tonight.
Yeah, this crew always does a phenomenal job. You guys are doing great work so far at the start of this season. Now you got Opolczynski on the outside. Schamberg being pressured. Schamberg now looking for some help, trying to find an outlet pass, and he finds Opolchensky in the corner. Opolchensky really looking for help and finds Cooper yet again. The Giants, this is something that's not typical, taking their sweet time before taking a shot as Schamberg goes up and in for the Giants.
You said it's not typical, but hey, maybe they should do it more because it did work for them. The Giants seem to play a very fast-paced game, and sometimes they just need to slow it down.
Exactly, and now you see Niles North working it around the perimeter. And again, both teams really have been hesitant trying to get the ball inside. As shot from North, no good. And it's stuffed, it looks like. No whistle called. Looks like that was Rudman and Opolchensky on Butler. Another shot off the mark. And we're going to get an loose ball foul on Lennox Monroe.
And something that I've seen so interesting here tonight is that every time a player on either Niles North or Highland Park tries to drive and they have even the littlest tiny bit of pressure, they just pass it out and someone shoots a three, which has been unsuccessful.
Yeah, and it seems like it's been going both ways. And now you see number 11, Gabe Spitz, checking in for the Giants. He's the lone sophomore on this, what is a very rare statement to say, on this very senior-heavy Highland Park basketball team.
I will tell you, despite being a sophomore, Gabe Spitz does hold his own. We've seen him throughout the season. He is a hustler. He will get back on D, and he's always there for the rebounds. He shows why he has that spot on varsity and why he continues to get minutes in these games.
Yeah, right now, and now you see another thing that Spitz seems to provide, and you could say Spitz and Schamberg, is they also provide rest to guys like Fagenholtz, Rudman, and Fleischer, who play a lot of minutes. Right now, Olaf working it around. He has connected once. Will he do it again? Nope, just short. Tap back, no good. And Cooper will corral.
And something that I love about that last play is you see 4 different guys trying to get the rebound on the ball. These players on the court here tonight understand how important rebounds are to winning a game.
And that's the thing the Giants have struggled with over the past 2 or 3 years, is getting offensive boards, and I'm glad to see that. And a hard foul on Niles North. That will send Nate Fleischer to the line for the Giants' first couple free throw attempts of the game. And as you said, I know you mentioned free throws earlier. Let's see if that trend continues or if they've seemed to snap out of that slump. Another thing is the Giants seem pretty confident as they're playing 4 guys back. No one playing in the lanes. They're letting Fleischer shoot his shot.
And something that we've talked about a lot this season is how much the Giants stress and practice those small fundamentals like free throws or like getting back on D. So it was a huge shock to everyone here in the stadium last time when playing Deerfield that they kept missing those free throws.
Yeah, it seems like from what you've said that was a complete anomaly for the Giants specifically in that game. Giants have an early 10-5 lead. Just over 45 seconds to play in the opening frame. Niles North trying to get some last-minute heroics here to at least try and cut the lead, and they're going to get that from none other than the D1 recruit Aquan Smart. Niles North playing very extreme press defense, and it's going to help as the Giants turn the ball over.
Niles North has been very aggressive on defense here tonight. We see them constantly trying to push the Giants out of bounds to the corner or to that far line.
Yeah, Niles North now looking to tie or take the lead before the clock expires in quarter number 1. Aquan Smart commanding this offense. Looks like the Giants could easily expect him to be involved on this last play. Baseline play, Olaf out to Butler. Butler will get it. A rarity, that's his first field goal of the ball game, and now the Giants will have the hand at a last-second shot. 5, 4, Fleischer, 3. The shot is up, and looks like they're going to get a foul, and Fleischer will get a few more free throws.
A few more free throws with only 1.2 seconds left in the first quarter.
And that's big because that could be a huge momentum swing depending on how these free throws go. There's still a second and change left. If he misses the last one, you never know. These Niles North players are very good, and you never know that a half-court shot might not fall.
Well, the first one is drained in and sunk.
Fleischer, as I mentioned earlier, all-tournament team at the Tosh Classic. Averaged north of 14 points per game as Fleischer 2 for 2 so far. 12 for 24 from the three-point arc in the Tosh Classic. Third free throw, and Fleischer off the mark. And we got another whistle. Waiting on an official signal, and the Giant fans like it. Looks like we got a lane violation, and Fleischer will give it another go.
That lane violation can be huge for the Giants, especially a momentum switch. They're only up by 1, being up by 2 is a whole different ballgame.
Exactly. Fleischer looking to expand it to 2. Off the mark again. Last second heave. Will go wide. Giants have a 1-point lead at the end of 1. Something that is very, very big. You know, this Niles North team played Evanston very, very tight throughout the game, and Evanston's the #1 ranked team in the country. As long as Highland Park stays in the game, they'll be okay. We're now going to pass it off to our second tandem of commentators, Jacob Zucker and Tom Milnack. Stephen and I will take a couple quarters off, and we will see you to close this contest off. Till then, I'm Matt Sossler for Stephen Noble. You are watching Highland Park Boys Basketball on HPTV.